What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Emotional, and guess what?
I'm back, and I'm better than ever. Got a neck.
And we are back at it for another reaction video. This is Ballislife banned me again. Shake my head, my response. Like, this brother B.Ellis can't win for losing. First, Ballislife banned him, then they let him back. Then off the dribble banned him, and then Ballislife banned him again. That's so crazy, bro. Let my brother be great. Anyway, I'm about to go ahead and dive straight to it. Like, comment, subscribe. Now, baby, let's vibe. Hit the button, baby.
Yeah, YouTube, welcome back to the main channel with your boy B.Ellis. We got a special video. We're gonna be there's something going on right now that I want to make sure that I let you guys know and give you guys the full details of what's going on. This is not a bashing video. This is not none of them videos at all. I'm not doing that, so don't expect that. This is just simply me giving the fans an update on what's going on for me and what's gonna happen going forward, so you guys have an understanding about where my channel is in XYZ. I'm pretty sure you guys have read the title of this video and you're expecting me to give you guys a full explanation of what's going on, and I absolutely will. This definitely, when I got this information, it definitely had me off guard, because I'm trying to figure out what the hell is going on with this particular situation. I didn't even know there was an issue here, but I'm gonna give you guys the full scope of what was told to me, and then I'm going to provide receipts as to why I think it's cap.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Complete cap.
Oh, boy.
Complete cap.
Oh, boy.
So I'm on vacation with my beautiful girlfriend. We were in Puerto Rico, and there is a text I received on December 31st. It says, "Yo, what's up, bro? I wanted to let you know that we've decided we don't want our videos to be reacted to anymore. Appreciate your understanding. Can I?" Then I say, "Can I get a reason?" This is from AK from Ballislife. Then I say, "Can I get a reason?" He says, "We act as one unit here, and we feel outside of LP, our guys haven't been represented fairly. A lot of them have raised issues, and we've decided to stand with our guys on this." Then I say, "Give me an example of what they say or how I treat them unfairly," from one of them. "Also, give me an example of what I said in a video." I don't receive a response for 5 hours. And then he says, "My bad, I caught up in some New Year's stuff. I sense this is going to turn into a back and forth, and I really don't want to get into that right now. Also, reacting on live a couple hours after videos drop was an issue." Then I said, "Brother, I've been reacting to everything on live a couple hours after it drops, and no one has had a problem. When you asked me not to react, not to for LP, I respected it and didn't do it. What is the real issue?" In all caps. Keep it 100. Then he says, "Like I said, we're all one unit here. Us, the players, OTD, etc. I'm standing with my guys on this one." Then I say, "No examples is insane. I don't even know what I said wrong, but I'm the one that be tripping. LOL, bet." That's exactly how the text thread went. So basically, from what our understanding is, they feel as if their players are being treated unfairly, and criticized unfairly. So as a result, they are asking me to not react to any of the videos that BIL drops. This is taken from left field, but what I'm gonna do,
It's like, I get the whole loyalty thing. I'm not mad at the loyalty thing, because it's like, you know, they with Davo and them and off the dribble and this, that, and the third. I get that. But it's like, I don't understand the whole, like, not giving examples thing. That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get if you just rocking out with Davo and them and off the dribble, because Davo and them did be like, we're like, yo, like, I'm not letting you, I don't want you to react to my stuff no more. And okay, you have the free right to say that and do whatever it is that you want to do. But it's one of them situations where I'm like, when bro been like doing it for, he been reacting to their stuff for so long, it's just like, bro, like, I would have thought, especially if y'all got numbers exchanged, you would have thought like they would have had like at least given some examples or something. You know what I'm saying? I wish they would have gave him at least some examples. You know what I'm saying?
is I'm gonna provide every single receipt that I have. Well, not every single receipt, but the really important ones. I'm not going to provide every single video where I've spoken positively about a player, but this is going to be me giving every single receipt important receipt that really just lets you guys know that that is complete. This video is sponsored by Prize Picks, the best place to win cash while watching sports. The first part number is going to be Cooper Flag to have more than $50 guaranteed once you place your first. You're going to receive $50 guaranteed.
Okay.
Let's get to the video. Case in point number one, the rankings. I've been doing rankings for, I would say, over a year. And the very first ranking that I did of 2025 was before TNC 01. And that ranking was a top 10 ranking. And the top 10 players were Nazir Kaur, Friga, Rob, Nesco, Scoob, Cam, Isotate, Zay, BJ, Cam. So we have Nas at 1. It's a BIL player. We got Nesco at 4. He wasn't TNC. Nesco was going everywhere. We have Uncle Scoob at 5. He wasn't TNC. He was Street Stars. And he was bouncing around everywhere. Then we have Moon at 6, Isotate, then Zay, who had just recently got picked up. And that was before I started the 5-game requirement. He was in my ranking right here. Then we had BJ and Cam. So in my estimation, if you go back and you revisit the history from that point up until TNC 01, this was a really accurate ranking. This is a really accurate ranking. I mean, you could probably switch Frigga if you have Rob over him. You could probably have Ness up there if you would like to. But I included everybody in this ranking. And then I did rankings after TNC 02. I mean, after TNC 01, I did rankings. And my rankings were Zay at 1, because that's after he had a bunch of games, and then he beat Isotate on pay-per-view, and then he was undefeated this entire time. So I had Zay at 1, Nas at 2, Scoob at 3, Rob at 4, Moon at 5, Ness at 6, because Ness had just lost to Moon, so I'll put him to 6. So that's 3 guys that are not a part of TNC that were a part of my top 3. 3 guys that were not a part of TNC that are a part of my top 3. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Bruce is in this ranking as well. 6 guys that are not a part of TNC within this ranking. Let me see if I can pull up the full list. Yes, Pat wasn't a part of TNC at the time. So there's 6 guys that are not a part of TNC that are a part of this list, with the top 3 guys being Zay, Nas, and Uncle Scoob. Then we have the top 5 after the undisputed card. We start off the number 5 with Moon. The way he's consistent is similar to a Tay Rock. This is after Uncle Scoob beats Lamar Peters. We have the number 5 with Moon. Then my number 4, he could pick whatever persona he wants, is Uncle Scoob, because that's after he beat Lamar Peters. He went from number 3 to number 4 because he lost to, I believe, Eugene German or Nesco. I can't remember. It might have been, he lost to Eugene German. He lost to Eugene German, so I moved him down 1, but he beat Lamar Peters, so he was still in my top 5. And then my number 3 was Zay still. And then this was when I had Nas and Rob tied for number 1. So after Undisputed, my top 5 was Nas and Rob, Zay, Scoob, Moon. That is still 3 guys that are not a part of TNC. That is a part of my top 5. So let's go ahead and move on. The next ranking that I have is 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. Let's see.
Oh, the top 20.
Let's go to the beginning. See if I could, boom, right here is fine.
Yeah, I think he had Nas at 1.
Right here. So
Rob
my number
2.
1 is Nazir Kaur. My number 2 is Rob Cologne. My number 3 is Zay.
Yeah.
My number 4 is Nesco. My number 5 is Moon. My number 6 is Scoob, because he had lost to Nesco, so I couldn't definitively put him over Moon, who had a Nesco win, and Nesco, who had beat him twice. So that is still 3 of my top 5 guys being not a part of TNC. So for the majority or for the entirety of my year, 60% of my top 5 was not a part of TNC. And then if we go to and we look at, let's see, if I had the entire list pulled up, 1, 2, 3, 4. Lamar Peters, 5. Hold, let me see.
Yeah,
1,
Dom,
2,
Trey,
3, 4,
Bruce,
5,
LP,
6, 7,
Oob, Nesco, Zay,
8,
Nas.
9. 9 out of the 20 guys that are in this top 20 ranking are not a part of TNC. So nearly half of this list is not a part of TNC. Who is being unfairly criticized in these rankings? Who? Who is being talked about unfairly in these rankings? You may disagree with the placement, but who is being unfairly criticized within these rankings? I'm asking the fans. I'm asking Ballislife. I'm asking anybody that thinks I am unfairly criticizing players. Who is being unfairly criticized in these rankings in the last year where I've had?
I think the hard part about the situation is since they didn't give examples, it's like we don't know if it's an issue with rankings or maybe something he said in the video or what have you. You know what I'm saying? It's just such a what's the word? It's so random. You know what I'm saying? But it's also it's kind of like with some, like again, it's like if somebody does it, like if somebody's telling you like, hey, I'm finna cut ties with you and this, that, and the third, and then you ask them why, and then they don't say nothing. It's just kind of like, well, what did I can't change nothing if you're not gonna tell me something. You know what I'm saying? But it's like it's just one of them situations where it's really weird because it's like you're I get the loyalty thing, but it's like again like there's no examples to explain what the issue is. Maybe they just didn't feel like texting all of it or what have you, but I don't know. It seemed like a lot of these issues probably could have been solved with a conversation. That's just what I think, though. But let me bring it back.
For the entirety of my year, 60% of my top 5 was not a part of TNC. And then if we go to and we look at, let's see, if I had the entire list pulled up, 1, 2, 3, 4. Lamar Peters, 5. Hold, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 out of the 20 guys that are in this top 20 ranking are not a part of TNC. So nearly half of this list is not a part of TNC. Who is being unfairly criticized in these rankings? Who? Who is being talked about unfairly in these rankings? You may disagree with the placement, but who is being unfairly criticized within these rankings? I'm asking the fans. I'm asking Ballislife. I'm asking anybody that thinks I am unfairly criticizing players. Who is being unfairly criticized in these rankings in the last year where I've had a top three that isn't part of TNC, and 60% of my top 5 has not been TNC. That's case in point number 1. Case in point number 2. There was a point where Nazir Kaur got snubbed from the big 3, and I was the main person advocating for why this even happened when this guy was just lost in a championship and was the 4th man of the year. Me and Nas have had disagreements before. He's gone on IG Live and talk about my rankings, whatever the case may be, or the situations him and Scoob had with Hoodie Kel when Hoodie Kel had an event and he invited Nas and the event didn't go down because Scoob and Kel had discretions and they didn't show up, or the case in point with him and Bino when he played Bino and got up from the couch, but he didn't play LP, who's been calling him out for a long time. Those are basketball disagreements. That is not unfair criticism. Unfair criticism would be putting him at 4 or 5 in the ranking, saying Nazir Kaur is ass, saying Nazir Kaur hasn't pioneered this space. That is unfair criticism. But critiquing him and his decision to play Bino off the commentating table and not playing LP is not unfair criticism. So once again, we move forward to the big 3 right after Nazir Kaur beat Friga. Obviously, there was a big three thing going down. He was part of Beasley's team, him, Mario Chalmers. He was the backup for Mario Chalmers, and he was 4th man of the year. As a result, I go on a rant because he is not drafted. They decide to draft Lance Stevenson over him, which is understandable. It's Lance Stevenson. But I'm like, how is he not on a big three roster being that he was 4th man of the year? And here you go.
To be honest with you, this is politics, man. And I'm disgusted. And listen, I know, you know what I'm saying, there's a little bit of division within the YouTube community in terms of, you know what I'm saying, this side may not like this side or this side may disagree with this side. But when it comes to the YouTube scene as a whole, I'm going to always side with the YouTubers.
Word.
And this is absolutely disgusting that Nazir Kaur did not get drafted by the big three. 6th man or 4th man of the year, Rookie of the year, made it to the championship. Made it to the championship and lost by a bucket. And you mean to tell me Nazir Kaur is not worth a draft spot out of some of these guys? This is disgusting work. And not even about, first of all, I don't even know some of these guys, so I'm not even going to act like, you know what I'm saying, these guys aren't good. But what I'm saying is, we know the type of traction that Nazir Kaur is going to bring. Not only through his videos, through the other networks' videos, through social media itself, and the fact that he's one of the best one-on-one players on the internet, period.
Did either one of y'all, as a platform, make a post about Nazir Kaur getting snubbed from the big three? Did y'all make a post about Nas being snubbed from the big three? And that's not the only video that was made. This is an ABC Crew video. I also made 2 videos where I brought the 4th man pod up there, the 4th man pod on my platform. Shout out the 4th man pod. And he talked about Nas getting drafted to the big three and how he was snubbed. This is a podcast that brings up mostly all the big three players to have conversation. The 4th man pod is basically what I do for the YouTube basketball team. And I brought him up there. He asked me to pull up. Shout out to the 4th man pod. And we talked about Nas being snubbed and about him signing his contract. And this is a video of me breaking down the big three and how they shrank their league. And that was one of the main reasons why some of the YouTubers got snubbed, including Nazir Kaur. Did you guys make a post and build any traction about Nazir Kaur getting snubbed from the big three? Did you? Did either one of y'all on that side make a post about that? I made multiple.
Talk about receipts.
That's case in point number 2. Case in point number 3, ABC Crew Awards. Uncle Scoop is our player of the year because he deserves it. I don't give a fuck about if he's on TNC, if he's on OTD, or if he's on Ballislife. He deserves to be player of the year.
He did.
He was outside all year. He had 3 great pay-per-view wins all year. He is the embodiment of 1v1 basketball. In 2025, Uncle Scoop was our #1 player. He may not be my #1 player if I update the power rankings all time for you know what I'm saying, the 3 years that I've been covered or 2 years that it's been really at the forefront. But in 2025, Uncle Scoop was the #1 player on YouTube. And we rewarded him regardless of if he's on TNC or if he's on BIL or if he's on OTD. Case in point number 2, YouTube first team. We included everybody.
Yeah.
And
all
3
street
guys
stars
are on your side.
All street stars.
Nas, Scoop, and Zay. 3 of them are on your side, buddy. And on the second team, 2 of them are on your side. So guess what? For the YouTube first team and second team, it's split 50-50 between TNC and BIL/OTD. Case in point, this is, well, not case in point, this is another example. Rookie of the Year.
He won so many awards.
Lamar Peters.
He won so many.
You know who else was candidates? Keon Minifield, who was a part of TNC. But we still decided to give it to Lamar Peters because he deserved it. He came onto the scene. He made a splash. He was talking his trash. He built traction. He's very important to the scene. And we felt as if, man, Lamar Peters deserves this award. And not only did he win one award, he won 3 of them. Who's being unfairly criticized? Most dominant win of the year goes to Nasir Kaur against Devontae Friga, who is a part owner in TNC. We could have gave it to Nesco, beating Todd Lawson 30-1. We could have gave it to Zay for winning 30-0 in Houston. We could have gave it to Lamar Peters for beating Pep, although we did it before that game happened. But we were like, no, since he came to TNC and it was on the very first pay-per-view card ever, and it was for that much amount of money, and it was the number 1 player versus the number 2 player at the time, you got to give him that award.
Yeah.
Regardless of whose side he's on. This shit is becoming childish. This is the next one. You guys' awards didn't even include anybody from the TNC.
That's tough.
You got most dominant win. You don't even have Nas and Friga up here. You don't even have deepest bag. You don't have nobody from TNC up here. Most improved. You don't even have Cam So Smooth up here. Why is Uncle Scoob even on here?
I feel like ABC Crew should have been on. I think they had something for commentator. I feel like honestly, I feel like B.Ellis should have been on there for like commentator of the year. I felt like he should have been. I mean, even just going from breaking down the game to even just doing interviews, so on and so forth. I know that's past commentating, but like to have like best commentator and not have nobody from ABC Crew nominated, I'm surprised by that one. I ain't gonna fake it.
Best shit talker. You don't have anybody from TNC on, which I don't really think nobody from TNC is the best shit talker. Defender of the year. You don't even have Isote on here. I'm not worried about commentator at all. But my thing is that
I still feel like one of y'all should have been on there.
So who's been unfairly criticized? This is not the first time I've heard this, and I've been trying. I'm like, yo, I'll be trying to figure out, yo, what am I doing wrong? Case in point number whatever. B.Ellis, you don't ever criticize TNC. You don't ever say anything. First of all, there's nothing for me to say because Scotty doesn't go live. If Scotty went live and he said his feelings, then I would react to his lives because it would be on 1v1 highlights or 1v1 hoops. And then I would critique or agree with what Scotty has to say via live. But this is me critiquing TNC. Stuff. It's too friendly, man. Listen, I love all of these brothers, man. I root for all of these brothers, man. I may have predictions with somebody losing, but it's nobody I'm finna come up here and just badmouth and say he trash and he not good or he ain't bro. Anybody putting a rep on a line to play a one-on-one and it's just him and the other person, I'm showing mad love to.
100.
But it's too much friendliness in this shit right now. On the TNC side, especially. The best thing that happened for Ballislife was Lamar Peters coming on that side. Easily. And this is not me saying that because that's my man's. The best thing for Ballislife and OTD was Lamar Peters going on that side. Which the friendliness has been fixed. Since TNC, I'm going to say this though, for TNC for sure. Since TNC 03, the friendliness has been fixed. And y'all haven't even seen the best of Chapter 2, Season 3. Y'all haven't. Y'all haven't. It gets wicked. It gets wicked. But what more, like, what do y'all want? Y'all want me to say, fuck Scotty, he a bitch?
Yes, they do.
I'm not going to do that. I haven't said, what have I said about BIL since our discretions earlier in the year, earlier in 2020? Nothing. There's nothing for me to say. AK has done nothing to me. And since the discretions that we had, Matt has done nothing to me. There's nothing for me to say. AK doesn't go live. AK doesn't do that. There's nothing for me to say about y'all. So I've just been reacting to the videos and showing love. I covered the Undisputed card like it was the NBA Finals. I covered the Summer Jam card like it was the NBA Finals. I covered those two cards like they were a TNC card. I even did a watch party. And throughout that entire watch party, I was like, y'all better go cop it because I already copped it. Case in point number whatever.
That was a classic, though. I'm not going to fake it.
Uncle Scoop versus Frank Nitty 1v1 was amazing, man. Obviously, it was game of the night, but this is another classic game, man. Best game. I'm not even going to let y'all hear all that because it's 3 minutes. And this is me, and this is another case in point of me supporting another player on your side that was getting discredited for beating a 40-year-old Ty Lawson, and everybody was like, well, he's 40, he's 40, he's 40. I was like, no. Ty Lawson just put up 29 points in the previous one-on-one.
Right.
And now he's back here, and now you want to say he's 40? Now that he's doing a rematch and he couldn't score a bucket?
And that was a few months ago.
No. Nesco deserves credit for that win. We're not going to make excuses.
That show was a few months ago.
What Nesco did to Ty Lawson,
It ain't like it was 2 years.
was nothing short of belt to ass. I'm talking about belt to that. I don't mean to bring this up. Case in point number whatever. This guy right here. Your best asset. Your best asset right now is somebody I support more than anybody on TNC.
Crazy.
Like, what the Your best asset right now is somebody I support heavily and that I was an advocate for before he came on the scene. Who is being unfairly criticized? Who is being placed in the wrong positions? Who am I talking so badly about? And the only person that can even have a slight disagreeing with me about how I talked about him was Uncle Scoob, because he was playing this guy one-on-one. And I was rooting genuinely for this guy. We're from the same area. Well, he's from New Orleans, I'm from Lafayette. And when I saw Uncle Scoob in D.C., when he pulled up to D.C. for the TNC event, I was like, yo, Scoob, I know the LP. He was like, bro, I don't care about none of that, bro. You good. I just saw Zay, Scoob, Bruce in D.C. None of them have a problem.
And they was at the TNC 03 too.
I know LP ain't got no problem with me. Nas got a problem? He's number one on my list right now. The only time Nas got a problem is when he ain't number one. Nesco got a problem? I've been upping him forever, especially after the Ty Lawson win. The only thing I disagree with Ness is about him playing Trey Burke, which he's probably still going to play Trey Burke. I don't think he's going to win that game, but that's about it. Who have I unfairly criticized? Lastly,
Tough.
This guy. When nobody was fucking with this guy, I was messing with him. Fact. When nobody was messing with this guy and his personality, I was like, man, I mess with Left Hand Dom. I love his personality. It's documented. Well, it may not be documented now because I deleted all the Ballislife videos from back in the gap when y'all copyright. Listen, man. You may agree with me. You may disagree with me. That's cool. But don't cap. Don't cap. Don't cap. And what I would like to do is, I would like to bring you and Davo up on my live. And I would like to have a conversation as men with both you brothers. I'm gonna start going live again next week. I would like to bring both of you guys on live, and I would like to have a conversation with both of you brothers. And I want to know what the real issues are. And if anybody, any of the players, if any player has an issue with me and what I say about them, which bro, it's very hard for a player to really find me flat out bashing them. Like, you gotta really be sensitive. For me to be like bashing you, for you to think I'm bashing, you gotta really be OD. Like you just want nigga to dick rod you. But I am offering a platform or a conversation for AK and Davo to pull up so we can have a conversation. And whether you continue to be like, nah, B.Ellis, I'm cool with that. But I want to have a conversation, and I want to have it live for the fans to see, because I don't want nothing to be misconstrued and nothing to be fabricated at all. I want it to be live so it can be documented publicly. I like public documentation so that people can see it and watch it and see it in real time, the emotions of people in real time. That's what I like. I want to know what the real issue is. Could you imagine if TNC banned mid-range coach? For what? Let's have a conversation, fellas. Let's have a conversation like men. See you guys in the next video. And I'll really end the video with this.
Let me hit the like button.
I'll really end the video with this. Do y'all know there are more ways to cover a sport than just reacting, right? As a creator, I'm going to find a way. And it would not, me not reacting would not stop me covering the sport. It's what the fans come to me for. We can always pivot. But I want to have a conversation as men. Because could you imagine how they would be if TNC all of a sudden banned mid-range coach from reacting? Soft. That would be all over the net. I want to know what the real issue is, because it's not with the players. I can assure you it's not with the players. I can assure you it's not. Not based off what I just showed all of y'all. And I'm pretty sure I'd have got a call or a text from a player. I'm pretty sure I would have got a call or a text from a player. There has been no bashing. There has been no he trash, he not good, or he not like that. You may disagree with a placement and ranking, but I've always backed up YouTube players. Always. Especially in situations where it doesn't involve a YouTube player. Like the one-on-one with Nas and Briscoe. Like with Nesco and Ty Lawson. Left Van Dama kill Carr. I've always backed YouTube guys. So that's not the issue. The issue is between us. So let's get on live and let's have a conversation about the issues you have with me. Not the issues you have with TNC. No, I want to know the issues you have with Brandon Ellis, B.Ellis, NBD, Never Be Defeated. And we can have a conversation like men, and hopefully we can mend our differences.
Right.
I want the conversation to be live for the world to see, so there is no misconstrued nothing. This is me offering. And I hope y'all know the space is growing. The space is growing.
Just don't tear it apart.
The space is growing. I think this year we will see the most growth, growth in the space. I'm talking about in terms of other leagues. Fellas, I would like to have a conversation with you guys as men so we can mend our differences. And even if we have the conversation and we can't mend our differences, we can still say we had the conversation. I want the conversation to be live on my YouTube for the world to see. And this is me offering that. And as a matter of fact, if you're a fan watching this video, I want you to spam on every single video that they drop. Let's have a conversation. Hashtag it. Let's have a conversation. It's time, man. I'm sick of the drama. I'm sick of the gray area between grown men. Let's have a conversation. I will be live next week.
So here's my thing. I think the thing about it is like, cause I want to. Matter of fact, I want to go back real quick. I want to go back to where he was talking about the text messages. Where is it? Here we go. I think this is it right here.
And then I'm going to provide receipts as to why I think vacation with my beautiful girlfriend. We were in Puerto Rico, and there is a text I received on December 31st. It says, "Yo, what's up, bro? I wanted to let you know that we've decided we don't want our videos to be reacted to anymore. Appreciate your understanding. Can I?" Then I say, "Can I get a reason?" This is from AK from Ballislife. Then I say, "Can I get a reason?" He says, "We act as one unit here, and we feel outside of LP, our guys haven't been represented fairly. A lot of them have raised issues, and we've decided to stand with our guys on this." Then I say, "Give me an example of what they say or how I treat them unfairly from one of them. Also, give me an example of what I said in a video." I don't receive a response for 5 hours. And then he says, "My bad, got caught up in some New Year's stuff. I sense this is going to turn into a back and forth, and I really don't want to get into that right now. Also, reacting on live a couple hours after videos drop was an issue." Then I said, "Brother, I've been reacting to everything on live a couple hours after it drops, and no one has had a problem. When you asked me not to react, not to for LP, I respected it and didn't do it. What is the real issue?" In all caps. Keep it 100. Then he says, "Like I said, we're all one unit here. Us, the players, OTD, etc. I'm standing with my guys on this one." Then I say, "No examples is insane. I don't even know what I said wrong, but I'm the one that be tripping. LOL, bet." That's exactly how the text thread went.
Okay, so it's like, what was it? To have an issue with a person is okay. That's one thing, because I know like Davo had an issue with B.Ellis at one point, or has an issue with B.Ellis, but like I don't understand the whole BIL situation, because it's like he showed the receipts as far as like ranking, and the players are being treated fairly and so on and so forth, defending Nas with the what's it called, the Big Three situation. When folks was talking about Nesco game, oh, he's 40, this, that, and the third, and he said he stood up for him and stuff like that. It's just one of them things. It's just like I don't understand. I personally don't understand it myself, but it's like it's one of them things where it's like the reason why I said I hope they don't rip this stuff apart is because it's like it's already enough division amongst the leagues, and I've said this before. It's like we have enough issues amongst the leagues. We don't need to have more and more issues when it's stuff that could potentially just be a conversation away from fixing it. You know, especially because it's like, again, like the league's on its way up. Everything is on its way up and still building and getting better and better. And it's like, we don't need it to fall down. We don't need it to fall down before it can really get to where it can really get to. Because it's like, imagine like going from like 25K with the Moon, I think it was Moon and Cam game, to 100K, 500K, a mil. Like, I mean, you never really know how much folks could really make. Leagues too, you know. It's just one of them things for me. If folks is changing folks' lives, like it's hoopers that either got injured or didn't get a chance to get looked at, maybe because of the school they went to, got hurt, so on and so forth. It's like this scene is really helping change hoopers' lives and giving them another avenue versus just going to the league or going overseas. Like, you're doing a lot for these ball players, and it's like, I hope that folks can just mend their differences. Not necessarily saying folks got to be best buddies and this, that, and the third, but like I really want them to eventually solve their issues, because he's paving the way for commentators. And then off the dribble TNC, Ballislife are paving the way for the other leagues. It's like folks are doing a lot for these ball players, and it's like even people that are coming up, like I'm coming up as far as like giving my takes on this, and it's just like, bro, like y'all are doing a lot for folks that's coming behind y'all, and it's like I ain't saying folks got to be best friends, but like at least give an actual like give them other examples like of stuff that he said. You know what I'm saying? That's my thing. I hope that they actually give him examples. I hope they have the conversation. Me personally, I don't necessarily. I get it, yeah, because it's a misconstrued thing and this, that, and the third. So I get why he would want to have it on live, but I could also understand if Dave and them was like, "No, let's have a phone conversation." You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like you said, there's ways to misconstrue things, and maybe somebody heard something and maybe they forgot a piece of the conversation that could have changed the trajectory of what happened and so on and so forth, and changed the opinions and so on and so forth. But I don't know. I just hope that they get this situation dealt with. I really do. But I'm thinking about her though. PC said, baby, lay out.